Am I the astronaut for telling my daughter-in-law that I will never be her mother and to leave me alone?
Damn, the Human Torch was denied a bank loan.
This is mostly about my daughter-in-law, Kat. Her mother ran out on her when she was a child and she went into foster care. According to my son, she's currently seeing a therapist. My issue with Kat is that she has repeatedly stomped on my boundaries. She's a very touchy person. She refuses to call me by my name and refers to me as Mom only. I correct her every time since I'm not comfortable being called Mom by her, and I want her to use my name. There have been multiple times when she's asked inappropriate questions, mostly about why I'm not close to my own mother. For context, my mother was horrible. Kat keeps pushing for details and insists that I should get closer to her because family sticks together. She basically tells me to forgive my mom, and she doesn't understand not being close to one's parents. I've told her to drop the topic multiple times, but she refuses. Because of all of this, I'm not a huge fan. I've spoken to my son about it, and he asked me to be patient. I've also talked to Kat multiple times and asked her to respect my boundaries. She always says she will, but then goes right back to ignoring them. This is where I might be the jerk. My daughter Sam, 20, and I are taking a weekend trip. Sam has a medical issue and needs to see a specialist a few states away. She has not disclosed the issue to the rest of the family yet. She plans to when she has a firm plan. Somehow, word about the trip got back to Kat, and she called me asking why she wasn't invited. Because you don't need to see a medical specialist? I told her it's an important trip and not a fun one. She accused me of lying, claiming it was a mother-daughter trip that she was excluded from. I told her again, it's not a girls' trip. She wouldn't let it go and started demanding that she come, saying that she's my daughter and needs to be there. I said no again. She kept insisting, saying I am her mom and she has to come on the trip since it's my kid. That's when I snapped. I told her I will never be her mother. Just because she married my son does not make me her parent. I told her to leave me the f*** alone, that even if this was a mother-daughter trip, she still wouldn't be invited because she isn't my kid. I then hung up. My son says that I need to apologize and invite her. That I'm a huge dick to her. That I was way out of line and need to make it up to Kat. The situation has spread to the rest of my family and everyone seems to have their own opinion. Sam is getting flack too, which isn't helping, especially since she doesn't want to disclose the reason for the trip yet. Am I being an asshole and need to apologize even though those are my true feelings on her trying to make me her parent?
What a messy story. But in my opinion, while she was harsh in what she said, she snapped because her boundaries that she tried to put in place were constantly being stomped on. I think that daughter-in-law is looking for a mom.
Yeah.
For that mom role in her life.
Clearly,
and she doesn't have that. And so she's trying to just make it and like force it and it's not working. And daughter-in-law really, really, really needs to go back or get into therapy to address the what she's doing is not okay.
Yes.
And like what she's trying to like invite herself on trips and
she's trying to fill a void.
It's not healthy. It is the exact opposite of healthy in my opinion. And I really hope that she gets help that she needs because she could have had a great relationship with mother-in-law had she respected.
And could have like a some resemblance of the relationship that she wants to have had she not.
It's really sad.
She's zero chill here, right?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah,
it is the explicit. Here are my boundaries. Please stop stomping on them, and then the continuing to stomp on them, and also OP, your son, your daughter-in-law's husband, knowing about all of this and still
enabling.
Absolutely enabling.
Yeah.
I think you have a problem with both of them here.
Yeah.
And I hate to say it, but I think you're on a path to no contact with these two because now you have to acknowledge that there's a risk involved. Right. Not only are your boundaries going to be encroached upon every time, you know this because there's a precedent for it, but also there's a risk of something being used as propaganda to the rest of the family to start a war, right? Like there is a heightened risk involved of just conversing with them now, and my gut reaction here would be, okay, this is at least a no contact cool off period, and at minimum, like at the end of whatever that period is, have a conversation about expectations and about boundaries, and a boundary is a boundary when it is if you do not respect this, then this happens. So the consequence side of things needs to be set here. OP, I think that will help you out greatly. And in this case, it can be I go right back to no contact. I cannot deal with this shit from you too. It's not just her. He's enabling.
Like, clearly OP has her own issues. Like, she's got issues with her
100%.
mom, and it's something that she's either handled and put away and does not want to go into it again. And for someone trying to force that, I think her response, in my opinion, was to protect her peace and like to protect, like she's stomped on it so many times and calling someone demanding to be invited when you don't even know the context of the trip.
Yeah.
And also trying to force that relationship with OP's actual mom that she doesn't want to have. Like there's so many things, and I feel like OP is trying to, it's like a trauma response because she knows what it's like with her mom, and she's trying to do something there, and then she's doing this with her daughter-in-law who's clearly having some health issues. Like humans snap, and what she did was obviously rude and what she did, but you can't stomp all over someone constantly and then expect them not to snap. And then tell them that they're shitty for snapping when you constantly stepped all over them. That's kind of a form of gaslighting, in my opinion. Just constantly stepping on boundaries, and then once you actually step too far over the line, and then they snap, and then you're like, "Whoa, why are you snapping? I need an apology." That's pretty shitty.
It's a narcissist playbook, right?
So I do think therapy.
So, question for you, Tater Rooney, and for you, chat. When
Reactive abuse. There you go.
When you are pushed to the edge, an explosive reaction like this, is there any accountability here that needs to be taken for not stopping it sooner?